What's going on, everybody? So we're going to be talking about the big AI situation, the big AI debate that's been happening in the gacha space recently, specifically with Wuthering Waves, and then also with Genshin Impact. It seems like a lot of these games can't catch a break with AI accusations almost on the daily. We're going to talk about it today, and I'm going to give you guys my black-pilled perspective on AI in gacha games. And to be honest, any new media or any new game that's coming out, and maybe I have a bit of a nihilistic black-pilled kind of view on the situation. So about a week ago, Foxhole made some claims about Wuwa using AI in its imagery. We see it right here, right? With, let's go and zoom in real quick, with Sigrika. And there was a claim that AI might have been used here because her pinky finger is unusually long, which is true. It is an unusually long finger, but that doesn't also help with the light that's being cast on it too, making it look even longer, giving it an illusion of being long as well. Also, it could be just drawn badly because hands are one of the hardest things to draw, but you would think someone that's employed to do artwork for Wuthering Waves would be pretty good at quality checking their work and everything that's going on. We can also see here, again, these hands look, especially like this finger right here, maybe you could say looks a little bit off too, or whatever it might be. I'll be real, I just don't really care too much. They do look a bit strange, and the fingers look small, like thinner in comparison to these ones too. The shapes kind of look a bit odd, and I don't disagree. I don't disagree that it looks a bit odd, but it doesn't inherently mean that AI is used. And then the other accusation was also Rover holding the sword. Okay, let me grab a screenshot so we can actually we could just use this image. Rover holding the sword, and people being like, "Well, that's not how someone would grip a sword. That's not how anyone would grip it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It must be AI." And again, is it kind of strange? Maybe it's not the most optimal, efficient position to grip a sword while you're, holding it behind you. But again, I don't particularly care, right? I don't particularly care. I don't think it's a huge deal. And it doesn't mean itself that it inherently had AI usage, okay? That it's AI usage. And then we have the Genshin Impact fiasco with Paimon, people claiming that this is now AI, okay? Because we have Paimon over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This thing right here does in fact have 6 fingers, or 5 fingers, and a thumb, which seems to be, hang on, what's going on here? There's very clearly more fingers than there needs to be. Okay, there are more fingers than it. Why does this little gremlin have 6 fingers? Now, that is obviously more of a telltale sign for AI, or it could also be an artist's mistake again, because sometimes, I'm gonna be real, when we're doing art, sometimes we kind of forget. I've done it before. I've also done it so many times where I mistake the right hand for the left hand and the left hand for the right hand. Sometimes it happens, especially when you're zoomed in doing detailed work. Sometimes you do kind of forget exactly what hand you're working on or how many fingers. That sometimes it does happen. But again, you would think for a game that is from a billion-dollar company to have a bit more quality check and a bit more quality assurance when they're coming to make their official art, especially when people are so ready to make AI accusations. You'd think these companies would do their best to make sure that that wouldn't be the case, okay? If they cared about them not wanting to use or incorporate AI, that they would do a good job of making sure that wouldn't happen, right? To make sure that wouldn't happen. But apparently, with this Genshin Impact artwork, apparently it's not AI. They just forgot to turn off the layer. I just hope people don't bring hate because of it. Because let's not forget that these also get turned into like live 2D images sometimes, right? They get turned into live 2D and they move occasionally, right? That these live 2D images move. And sometimes you can have layering issues when it comes to animations or when it comes to design. We see here we're missing part of the palm. Here you see like the palm underneath. So apparently it was just a art issue, an artist issue, a layering issue when it actually came to the final product, and they were smushed together, and then you get this, and the artist kind of just didn't see or forgot. Okay, that seems to be what's happening here. But of course, a bunch of Hoyo people were jumping on Wuthering Waves for accusing them of AI. And then in return, the Kuro bots were going on Hoyoverse for accusing this of AI. Everyone's using AI. No, they're using AI. No, they're using AI. Like, everyone is AI, and so is your mother, okay? That's what's kind of been happening, and where I feel like everything's going. Also, Six Fingers, Mappa, Toei Animation, Leiden Films, JC Stuff. It happens in so many places. It's quite frequent in like animation because people have very, very tight schedules and they work very quickly. It's very easy to forget and make mistakes when it comes to hands. It happens all the time in animation and in art. But again, you would hope that these billion-dollar companies do spend a little bit more time getting these kind of things right. But it seems like everyone is throwing accusations back and forth. They're using AI. No, they are. No, they're doing it to us. And no one wants to admit. No one really wants to admit the elephant in the room right now, that I am of the personal belief that both of these companies are using AI. Yep. I'm blackpilled as hell about this whole situation. I think both of these companies are using AI at some point in their workflow. Maybe not in the final. I'm not saying that they're completely generating images as their final product and that's what they're outputting. I'm not here to claim that. But I am here to claim the likelihood of these Chinese-based companies utilizing AI in their workflow in order to produce content in some way. The likelihood for me, I'd say, is like very, very high. It is very, very high. Do they have actual job listings? Yeah, Kuro has had job listings for people using AI into their products, and it's happening. Okay, it's happening, and I think we need to understand we'll probably see more of this thing. We'll probably see it bleeding more into the artwork aspects of it too, into animations. There's a difference to me of using AI for like procedural generation or AI in the technologies to help you, to use it as tools to help you make a better product overall. I think that means more quality for everyone. That's what I care about the most. Does the AI that the company use improve the overall quality of the product for the end user, for the players, for us? If yes, if the answer is yes, that the AI is used as a tool to improve the overall quality for the end user, then I don't really have a particular problem with it. Okay, as long as people aren't losing jobs over it, so long as people aren't being sacked because they're replacing them with AI directly, I'm cool with it. If it's a tool those people can use in their repertoire to make better quality products for everybody else, I honestly think it is a good thing. I really do feel like we need to stop demonizing this whole thing and accusing, they're using AI, no, they're using AI, because it's here. Unfortunate reality is AI is here. We're gonna have to adapt or kind of be left behind as this happens in the future, because the reality is these AI tools are helping these companies massively to produce higher quality content quicker, faster, and more efficient for them, that results in us getting a better product. Think of how many cutscenes Wuthering Waves goes through in every single story patch, right? A lot of that can be AI assisted, and we know that for a fact because they are listed on VizViz, okay? They're listed on this site right here, right? Trusted by 100+ businesses, and right here we see Kuro Games, right? And they do a bunch of stuff from animation pipelines, auto skinning things, to modeling pipelines, to AI bots, and then digital asset management, okay? They have a lot of things that are involved in this suite, and it is something that Kuro Games themselves use. Let me try and find, what was the actual example? Yeah, here we are. Who's using VizViz? Superman revolutionizing ACG rigging. Oh my god, let me screenshot this real quick. Hold up, man. Superman is a highly versatile and comprehensive tool framework with high level of end-to-end automation, particularly excelling in facial rigging and facial mouth animation production, which has been extremely helpful for us. When rigging in ACG style, artists would spend significant effort on repeated adjustments to achieve quality, but Superman can deliver remarkably high-quality rigging results with just minimal fine-tuning. Notably leveraging its cross-DC capabilities, Superman enables one-click conversion of Maya rigging to 3ds Max while seemingly inheriting Maya side animations, facilitating collaborative progression between Maya and Max animation pipelines in our team. Highly recommended. See, like, it's stuff like this, AI automation tools that allows them to make more cutscenes for our game, better rigging, better product quality for us, and it puts a lot of load off the art. It's not replacing them, it's putting load off the artists to make better end products and better quality products by the end of it, okay? So these companies, they're all using AI to some degree, okay? But I think people just have a problem with if the direct output is just AI generated, that's the issue. But I think overall, most people don't have an issue with incorporating it into a wider and broader workflow. And if you're someone who's against using it altogether, I think we're gonna have to just face reality, you know, go outside and realize that it's here, it's happening. And I don't think we can really stop this from being the case and progressing. This may well progress into official artwork later on. And if it does, I'm just not going to be surprised. And I think we have to stop having this AI debate between people. I do. But I do think when it comes to gacha games, which is all about the characters and the communities really care about art and design, right? Fanfics get made of these games, artists like to draw these characters. The art side and the creative side of these fandoms and communities is so important to the wider community, and obviously they don't like the idea of AI and generated content being part of these games because they love consuming content that is made by people, for fans, by the people. And that will still always exist, but I think we're gonna have to open our minds a little bit to what the possibilities might hold in the future, unfortunately. Again, I'm just very black-pilled about this. I wish it wasn't the case, but it kind of is. So that's kind of my take on this whole AI situation. I'm very, very black-pilled about the whole thing, but I think it's something that we can't help. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm live almost every single day on Kick, Twitch, wherever you like to watch streams. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.